And hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We are in our third ever live stream. It's going to be our fourth game of Robinson Crusoe on the site. And if you watched the first three, you know I've had a bit of a journey with this game, even through this site that I was. And hello, welcome to here. Solo Playthroughs. I was messing up in our morale phase for solo lives. I wasn't actually giving myself be our fourth game every round. Robinson and that was radically changing on the site experience of this game. And again, thanks to watch the first three, you know I pointed that out to me. I've had a bit of a journey with this game, new life, even through this site. Really enjoyed seeing. Hello. Welcome to characters come to life now that they have some actual determination tokens to use, and I've been working my way through the various scenarios. So today we're going to do on the site experience of this game. Again, thanks to watch the first three. You know I pointed that out. I've had a bit of a journey. The lighting's different. I'm working hard to try to address some of the fire issues I was having. Characters come to life now that they have some actual determination tokens to use, and I've been working my way through the first scenario. So today we're going to do on the site experience of this game. Again, thanks. Starting in first, you know I pointed that out. We get a flat journey. The lighting's different. I'm working hard really to try to address some of the fire issues I was having. Characters come to life now that they have some actual determination tokens to use, and I've been working my way through the first scenario. So today we're going to do on the site experience of this game. Again, thanks. Starting in first, you know I pointed that out. We get a flat journey. The lighting's different. I'm working hard really to try to characters come to life now that they have actual determination tokens to use, and I've been working my way through the first scenario. This is the soldier. We're playing with his site experience, a character I haven't got. Starting in first, you know I pointed that out. We get a flat journey. The lighting's different. I'm working hard really to try to characters come to life now that they have actual determination tokens to use, and I've been first tracking. This has a soldier with playing with his site experience, a character I haven't got. Starting in first, the lighting's different. Characters come to life. All right, listen carefully. First tracking. How this has a soldier with playing with his site is a character I haven't got. Starting in first, the lighting's different. Characters come to life. All right, frenzy. Read the first tracking. How this has soldier playing on his site is a hello, Steve. Lighting's different. Characters come to life. All right, frenzy. Read the first tracking. How this has soldier playing on his site is a hello, Steve. Lighting different. All right, frenzy. We have our 9 starting scenario 3 for start tracking. How this has soldier playing on his site is a hello, Steve. Lighting frenzy. We have our 9 starting scenario 3 for start tracking. How this has soldier playing on his site is a hello, and then another lighting frenzy. We have our 9 starting scenario 3 for start tracking. How this has soldier playing on his site is a hello, and then another lighting frenzy. We have our 9 starting scenario 3 for start tracking. How this has soldier playing on his site is a hello, and then another not only is that a frenzy, we have our 9 starting scenario 3 for start tracking. How this has soldier playing on his
You might need to start getting from over.
Alright, I'm going to switch out to my other mic. Just text, I'm going to switch to my other mic.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was making that sound.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, Julie says perfect, it's better.
Alright, I'm just testing the sound a little bit more, and then what I'll do is a quick review of what happened, and I'll figure out how to edit this out later on the site. Are you hearing me?
But I just heard your cell phone beep. Oh, I hear your voice now.
Why is it making that sound though? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Alright, so it still feels like it's a little feedbacky. I'm not really sure how to address this right now. It sounds good. Alright, Alessandro says it sounds good. So I want to go with that, and I appreciate that feedback. So we'll keep going, and if it gets bad again, just someone give me a shout out that it's kind of messed up. So look, I'm sorry about that. Sorry it came to attention so late. So what happened was, and I'll have to figure out how I want to edit this on the site later. I might just download it and then re-upload it after some edits in the my editing software. But ultimately, what we did was we built our map with our 2 soldier pawns. We rolled with Friday and with the dog. We rolled a success. He did take 2 damage. I healed 1 of those damage with a flask. We have a natural shelter, so I didn't move my camp there at night, so I didn't take any damage to the soldier. Our first event card was just it made us cover the river on our starting tile for this scenario. So that's actually not that bad. We just lost the ability to invent the dam. So I was just about to do the planning for round 2, and thanks for hanging with me there. So let's go with this now. So round 2, we are going to do our planning. We have access to 5 pawns. We have the 2 soldier pawns, we have Friday, we have the dog, and we have our map pawn now we can only use for an explore action. I don't have any furs. What I'm really hoping to do is if I can get a goat, which is, again, there's a couple of discovery tokens that are goats, that would give me a really easy access to fur. Alternatively, there are some mystery cards which will give you a fur. So if I get lucky enough to get it that way, that would be something to really be happy about and save me some actions here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first special explore action with myself, Friday, and a dog. Again, the dog can be a support pawn for explore or hunting actions. I'm going to put that on this totem. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself and the map pawn over here, and we're going to roll and hopefully get a bit lucky there as well. And again, it's more like you're trying to avoid getting unlucky because you will succeed 5 out of 6 times when you're using the green dice. All right, so now we're going to start resolving our actions. We're not doing any threat actions. We're not doing a hunting. We are not doing building, we're not doing gathering, we're going all the way to the green deck. So I'm going to do the auto explore first just to resolve it. So we automatically succeed there. I'm going to put the dog pawn back, Friday back, this back. Now I put the 1, 2, and 3 on the starting thing here. I just find it helpful in this scenario. So you don't automatically, some scenarios you automatically put these out as the totems become available. In this scenario, you put them out after you do the successful special explore action on the totem. So we have done the special explore action for totem number 1. And it says take an explore action to draw 3 mystery cards, resolve all types. You must draw and resolve 3 cards. So the first card I'm going to resolve is a whip. It is a treasure. You stumble upon a skeleton of a man in a fedora. He has something in his hand, +1 to our weapon level. That's nice. Second one is also a treasure. You also only shuffle this. It's a hammock. Rest in peace. Keep this card. Starting next round, whenever a player takes a rest action, they get +1 determination token in addition to the usual health. Cannot be combined with the bed item. We'll probably not be doing much resting this scenario, but good to have. And then the third card, whoa. Okay, we get another treasure. In Bottle of Wine in Vino Veritas. Keep this card. You can use it once to heal 2 damage, divided however you choose among the characters. This card after use. That is a magical draw of cards. So cool. Whatever. I'm worried. It's only going to go downhill from here. That's all that means. All right, so I still have one more. So those still are in future resources. I have to resolve this explore action. So I'm rolling, and I succeed, and I take a damage. I did not roll a question mark, so I did not have to resolve an adventure card. I just take that damage. All right, we are going to do this and this. And since we succeeded, we will put a new terrain out. That is good. We get our grasslands, which we're going to need. So I'm going to cover up the grasslands on rope and medicine because we now have access to both of those. We put a new card from the beast deck into the hunting deck. And we are going to grab 2 to 3 determination tokens. I'm sorry, discovery tokens as per the terrain. And we get that, which allows us to ignore the effect of 1 trap. It is Indy's Diary. We get another treasure, so I will probably use that to resolve a treasure and hope it is not the ceremonial bowl. And we get poison. If we have the pot, we get +2 to our weapon level. So all our future resources now come down because the action phase is done. I'm just going to put these over here because there's a lot of them. So the whip gives us +1 to our weapon level. And then starting next round, whenever a player draws mystery cards with a trap, where a trap must be resolved, the effect of 1 trap can be ignored. It's a very strong card for this specific scenario. The other 2 are, well, the Bottle of Wine actually is really helpful as well. So that was a really good special explore action. I'm going to discard the treasure tile to resolve 1 card treasure. Of course, I get the ceremonial bowl, which is exactly what I didn't want. Ceremonial bowl, an artifact of an ancient tribe. I put the reroll token on my character sheet. Starting next round, I will have to reroll 1 success result per action. Shuffle into the event deck. Rough. So not ideal. I couldn't get the cave with furs. No, I get that. So how I do this, because it's, again, the one thing that tilts me about this game is the backs are all different, so you can see what's happening. I just set the deck. I'm looking away. I'm just going to have it like this, and I'm going to take the top two off. Of course, I would rather the ceremonial bull be on top, so this, I'm not messing around here. Top two off, and then the new top card is going to be that. I am going to flip to the both cameras because there's no reason not to. All right, cool. What's going on now? So the ceremonial bull's in there because I just resolved that treasure discovery token. And now we go to the weather phase. There is no weather in this round. I am going to move the camp. So I'm moving it away from the natural shelter, but I need to get, again, around the volcano so I can start exploring more terrains. So I have moved. Now that I moved out of the natural shelter, I do take a damage, but I can eat, so we are good there. So a couple things that are concerning me right now is the main thing that's concerning me right now is that I'm not on tiles that are giving me wood. So again, we're going to need to make sure we start accumulating wood in order to have the 3 that we're going to need by round 8 in order to successfully build the jolly boat and officially win this scenario. I'm going to go to round 3 because we are just starting round 3. So nothing changes. We don't flip any tiles over. We don't put the weather die in play. I do want to put this on a 2 because we have done 2 normal explorations. We need to do 6 in order to win. And I'm going to grab the top event card. One of the things I didn't do, then I needed to put ash out on the board. I would have put here and here. Again, the volcanoes erupting. We saw that book. Ash starting to cover the board. So we are going to, anything that we want to do in the spaces that have ash on it, we need to assign an extra pawn. So slow work. Everything is taking longer than you expected, and it has another book, so we'll put the 2 ash tiles out again. So now all 4 of these things are covered in ash, and we're going to put +1 in the build space. So we put the +1 wood in the build action space. During the next build action that requires wood, you need to spend 1 wood more. And we probably won't be doing what's building that requires wood because I prefer to use furs, especially since I have the soldier. So that's going to move drought over, which moves food crates off. We never did the expedition for food. The penalty of this coming off is nothing happens, so that's fine. We'll just put that over there. So getting 2 books off the bat is a little concerning. We're going to have to hope that we do not get an island covered with ash, because that will make things that much harder. We're going to go to the morale phase. So the morale phase, we get 2 more determination tokens, which is going to give us 5. We're going to go to the production phase, and we're going to take a wood. All right, we now go to, we're now going to go to our action phase. So I need to plan actions. I have 5 pawns again. I'm tempted, since I haven't gotten any furs, I'm tempted to look at the bottom of the top card on the deck, and I might try to pick off an animal that's going to give me some furs. I do want to build the shelter next round. So let me do that. I'm going to spend 2 determination tokens, or discard 2 determination tokens to use my ability of tracking. That gets me a look at the top card of the hunting deck to see if there's any furs. It's birds. No furs on birds. All right, so we're going to put this down here. I'm going to hope that I wasn't unlucky enough to draw 2 animals in a row that didn't have fur, because I don't really think I have a choice right now unless I build the rope. I do a round without any shelter. I can't ignore one rain cloud. Let me build the rope while we still have access to the grasslands then. If the rope required wood, I would have to assign an additional wood there, but since the rope does not require wood, I'm good. So I can just make sure of that, and then I'll also guarantee and explore with Friday, the dog, and the extra pawn that comes from the map. All right, so now we're going to carry out our actions. Again, we go in order left to right, so we're not resolving any threats, we're not hunting, we are going to build, we're only building the rope, so this stays on there until we actually do an action that requires a wood. So since I guaranteed that, the rope will go to future resources. And then we're going to go to the explore action. Again, there were 3 pawns there, so we've guaranteed that. Map, dog, Friday. And we'll put this terrain thing in play. It's more grasslands. It's our second totem that we're going to need. This is a discovery token. I really hope it's a goat. It's not. It allows us to ignore the effect of 1 creature when resolving mystery cards, and it does have access to both food and wood, so that makes me happy at least. We are now going to be done with our actions, so we're going to get our future resources, make them available resources. The rope comes down, and then this token comes down, and we'll be in fairly good shape the next time we do mystery cards, because again, we have the whip, which once a round that can ignore a trap. We have a token that allows me to ignore a trap, and we have a token that allows me to ignore a creature. So, and the worst treasure in the deck has already, been pulled, and I have the stupid reroll token on my character. So, I feel pretty confident about our special explorers. I do want to make this a 3 to indicate that we have done 3 of our regular explorers. We're going to go to the weather phase. There is no weather. We're still in the 3rd round. Night phase, I don't have shelter. So night phase, I'm going to move here. I don't have shelter, so I take a damage, but then I eat, and we're good with that. We're going to go to round 4 now. So round 4 comes in, 2 things happen again. This goes on to the weather phase, and the second thing that's going to happen is we start having lava erupting from the volcano, destroying terrain wherever it shall pass. So the chart is on our little scenario sheet here. So this gets flipped over. And then the next round, these 2 will flip over to 3rd round. The round 6, these 2 will flip over. Round 7, round 8. This never flips over again. So that's your safe haven toward endgame. All right. So what we're looking at now, especially since we already have 2 totems out, we're just hoping that one of these 3 is a totem. And then we'll be able to do our special explore, get to scenario 8, and hopefully have enough wood at the time that we can build that jolly boat and get the heck out of this place. All right. So we have to pull our event card for round 4. Oh man, this is great. It's another book, so that's gonna mess with us. So we're gonna put these 2 ash tokens here and here. Rough. All right. The roar you heard during the night promises trouble. Draw 3 beast cards from the beast deck. Choose the one with the greatest strength and put it on top of the hunting deck. I actually don't hate this if it's going to give me some fur. So the one with the greatest strength is, there's a tiger, a wild dog, and a wild pig. The tiger has a strength of 6 and is going to make you lose 2 in your weapon level, but gives you 5 food and 2 fur. Yes, thank you very much. So this is going to go on top of the hunting deck. Okay, I'm debating whether I should let that come out naturally in 2 rounds, but I think I'm actually just going to fight that this round, and I'll have the determination tokens to do it without taking any damage. Now look, at the end of last round I should have pushed this up. I do have the tracking ability back for this round. So anyway, howling from the woods, the roar you heard during the night promises trouble. Move slow work over. Slow work pushes drought off the board. When drought goes off the board, since we did not build a new riverbed, if possible, cover 1 river on any terrain tile with a black disc. Treat that terrain tile as unexplored. There is no, if possible, it's not possible, so we can ignore that and move on with the rest of the round. So morale phase, we move up. We're already at the max. I could heal. Not as worried about that. I am more worried about taking determination tokens. All right, and then we're going to go to production phase. I'm going to get a food and a wood, and that's good. We are going to go to planning phase. I am going to wipe out that tiger. Sorry, tiger. Not really. And then the real question there's an argument to do that special explore, and there's an argument to get another regular explorer done. I think I'm gonna do the regular explorer. It would just give me some more options in case I get candles or something that allows me to make other actions a little bit easier. We're pawn economy being what it is. This has definitely not been the most economical game that we could have hoped for. So I'm going to put. You know what? There might be slightly more upside with the treasure cards, especially considering that I'm in fairly good shape with things that allow me to ignore bad effects. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to do the Special Explorer. So the Special Explorer is you take an action to draw 4 mystery cards. So the first one you draw 3, the second one you draw 4. Now the third Special Explorer action, it's +1 pawn. So we'd actually need to do 4 to guarantee it or 3 to roll. So we're going to go in order. I'm killing the top beast because I need furs, because I need to get myself a roof level. Otherwise, I will definitely not have enough wood to build the jolly boat. I'm taking on a tiger. The tiger's attacking me with a 6. I have a weapon level of a 2. I'm going to discard 3 determination tokens to use my ability of frenzy. That temporarily gives me +3 to my weapon level. So the difference between 6 and 5 is 1. I take 1 damage. I now lose 2 on my weapon level. I take 5 bananas, which is an excessive amount of bananas. And we're going to get 2 furs. If you want to have too many bananas, kill the tiger. But I really just needed those furs. And that's that. So this is resolved. We are now going to go, and again, I still have the ceremonial bull crap on my character, but I didn't roll anything. So that only applies if I actually roll a die and it's actually a success, and I need to re-roll the success until hopefully it comes out of this deck eventually and just gives me one less thing to worry about. All right, we are now going to do the Special Explorer action. I have 3 pawns there, so we've guaranteed success there. Me, Friday, and the map pawn. I'm going to put the number 2 on here. We are going to take the top 4 cards from the mystery deck, 2, 3, 4, and we resolve them one at a time. The first card is a creature. It says reduce. It's Savage. The Savage jumps out of the darkness. He knocks you down and takes your weapon. Reduce your weapon level to 0. Now my weapon level is already 0, and since I can't follow that, it does trigger the law of unfulfilled, or the rule of the rule of unfulfilled demand. So I would have to take another damage. I really don't want to take another damage right now. But when it comes back, it allows me to resolve a mystery card. Fine. I'll take the damage. So this is going to get shuffled in there. I'll do that at the end of this action. The treasure. Herbal Mixture, Strange Taste, Strange Effect. Keep this card. You can use it once. You may look at the top card of the event deck. Discard after use. That's going to go into future resources. We have a big ape. Yikes. Something jumps out of the darkness and disappears into the night. And make me fight 4. My weapon level is a 0. No thanks. I'm just going to discard this token to ignore the effect of 1 creature card, which means I do not need to I don't need to shuffle it to my deck. I don't need to do anything with it. It's just considered resolved. All right, and then man, another creature. A storm of bats flies over your head. Discard 1 determination token or get 1 health, one damage. I'm going to discard the determination token, and that's fine. So all in all, we just took 1 damage and we resolved 4 cards, and we gave ourselves a treasure when that card comes back out. All right, so I'm going to be looking away. I'm going to set this deck in front of me. I'm going to take the top 2 cards off, and that's our new event deck. That was it. I did the hunt. I did the Special Explorer, and as long as we don't pull another book, I think we're in okay shape. But we'll see. So this is going to come down. We're going to put the herbal mixture. Oh, and I still had the whip. Yeah, I could have ignored traps, but of course, I only pulled creatures that time. The herbal mixture comes down there. Oh, I can heal 2 of the bottle of wine. That I like. All the food comes down. The furs come down. We're going to go to our weather phase. So I'm rolling this die and hoping it's not the double cloud, because that'd be really bad. It is a single snow cloud. Not great. So I'm going to discard a wood, because I have to discard 1 wood per snow cloud. I have to discard another wood and another banana because I have a roof level of 0, and I can only ignore rain clouds, not snow clouds. This is really bad, because now I have no wood. And then we're good. So I've resolved this snow cloud. And now we go to night phase. I'm going to stay where I am. And I'm going to eat. And all the rest of these bananas will go away. So, yeah. I'm going to discard the bottle of wine to get me 2 health. And hope against hope that somehow I get 3 wood that I can keep in the next 2 rounds, because this is going to get really ugly if I don't. So we are going to go to round 5. In round 5, the orange weather die is already in place. We have to flip this, and this tile down here is also becomes inaccessible. So I'll just put a blue token on there. You don't really have to, but again, just to indicate. So the lava has now spread, so the entire eastern shore of the island is now covered in lava, and we need to continue to get to the west coast and get the heck out of here. All right, we're going to pull our event card. It is not a book. Flood. Water enters the camp and washes things away. So we put this here because it is the green adventure symbol. Turn 1 item face up to the invention side, or lose 1 weapon level, or lose 1 palisade level, or each player takes a damage. I will flip over the shovel because I don't think, I'm not using the shovel for anything anyway. So shovel is now no longer available. We would have to rebuild that if we want it back. So this comes down, moves Howling from the woods over, and then slow work. Since we never did the rest action, we put the +1 in the build action space. However, the +1 wood was already there, and there is a rule in this game that you never double up the same type of token twice in the same space. So since that's already there, we just ignore that instruction, and that goes away. All right. Let's go to the morale phase. I do need determination tokens. I think we're going to have to build up that palisade at some point. We go to the production phase. I get a wood, I get a food, and I'm really hoping I never roll anything but single clouds for the rest of this game, because otherwise I don't think I have a chance. We're going to do the planning phase. Now I'm going to build. Now since I'm building with fur, again, the +1 wood doesn't apply because I'm building not with wood but with fur. So I'm taking that fur. It's a 2-player game, well, 1-player game, but in you and Friday it's a 2-player game. So it's either 2 wood or 1 fur to build a shelter. I'm going to assign both my pawns up there. Since I'm not rolling, this won't apply. So we're just trying to kind of make our way, kind of the hard way with some of the things that we're up against right now. So let's guarantee an explore. And I'm going to explore here because I think that makes, man, if I pull another book, I'm just trying to, I could put ash there. Let me see if this will be a totem. I'll explore there. That's the ending tile. I think having that knowledge of what that is will be really helpful. All right. So I can put ready frenzy again. I'm not going to need it this round, but I will ready it again. So we're going to carry out our actions. We're not doing a threat action. We're not doing a hunt action. We're doing a build action. With the build action, I am going to take my pawns back, discard this fur. We now have shelter. Whee! Oh. I don't think I took a damage for not having shelter last round. So I'm going to do that just in case. I'm pretty sure I didn't. So, all right, we'll do that. And then we're going to do the Explorer action. Now, the Explorer action, and I have these biscuits, which is also, I always forget when I have biscuits. They're just really nice. So one less thing to worry about. Should be food the rest of this round, the rest of this game. So I am resolving this Explorer with Friday. So the thing goes on the map, the dog goes here, Friday goes here. Now, because the adventure disc was on the green deck, Friday takes a damage, even though I never had a roll. Right? So we guaranteed success, but this was here. Friday does not pull adventure cards, but since that was there, we resolved that token by him just taking a damage. And it's one way to really reduce variance in this game. So we have a river. We get another beast into another beast from the hunting deck into the beast deck. And we're going to take 3 determination tokens, and I'm really hoping there's a candles in here or something. Nourishing larvae is kind of useless. Give me a tree. Give me something I can use. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, we get another treasure. All right. So actions are done. Future resources come down. The nourishing larvae have to be immediately discarded for more food, even though we're not going to need it. I am going to discard this treasure and hopefully get something useful. An old rifle. Keep this card. Any player can use it once to temporarily get +3. Now, since it's not in the action phase, it doesn't have to go into future resources. I can put it right into my available supply of treasures over here. And then we're going to take... that's it. Those are all of our future resources that are now down. So we're going to go to the weather phase. Please just be a single cloud. It is another snow cloud. Garbage. All right. Well, that's not good. So we lose a wood because it's snowy and it's cold, and we have to burn up the wood. We're going to have to discard another wood and another food, which I can't. So I can discard the food but not the wood. So I take another damage. Since I go over that morale symbol, I lose a morale. It's pretty accurate. And then we're going to go to our night phase. I'm going to stay where I am because there's no source of wood on that final tile, which is one of the reasons I wanted to see what it would be, and it's all random. So, it is what it is. But we're going to have to find a way to get wood that's not from this tile, which is unfortunate. And I'm going to stay where I am. I have shelter, so I don't take a damage for that, and then I eat. So I eat the one banana, and then the other banana rots because, bananas only last a day when you're on a deserted island, clearly. We have done 4 explorers, so I'm going to make that right. We're going to go to round 6. At the beginning of round 6, we are going to flip over this tile. So this is now inaccessible. And you notice that the ash tokens, accessible, inaccessible, even if nothing's there, it's all the same. Any spot on the island can be used for an ash token. This is also inaccessible, so I'll just put that there to remind me I can't explore there. That's just done. Please don't be a book. It is not. We get another. Oh, that's rough. This is not going well. Awful weather. You wake up wet and cold. It will be a hard day. Yeah, you got that right. We have to put the cloud in that space. And that's probably going to be more than I'm going to be able to overcome, to be honest, at this point. So awful weather comes here. It moves flood over. Flood moves howling from the woods over. So expedition. Since we never did that, we have to follow the instruction at the bottom of this, draw the top card from the hunting deck, and fight the beast. So we're fighting a beast. What are we fighting? We're fighting a gorilla. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. So I'm going to discard the old rifle to get +3 to this fight. And my weapon level is 0. I'm going to discard the 3 determination tokens to give me +3. So 6 to 6, so I match him. However, I now have to lose 3 in my weapon level since I can't unfulfill demand. I take 3 damage. I get 5 bananas because, again, if you want to have too many bananas, kill a gorilla, I guess. And then we're going to take 2 furs. The gorilla started it, just to be really clear. This is off. Oh. Yep, that's off the board. And now we're going to go to... So that was all the event phase. Now we're going to go to the morale phase. I'm going to go up. I don't think I have the luxury to worry about morale tokens right now. Or determination tokens. So I'm actually going to take a heart as I can. And when you're at the top of this track, you can take 2 determination tokens or a heart. Oh, by the way. So when you kill the gorilla, you also get... The cards on the other side of the table, you do get a determination discovery token. So I'll take that now. Candles, that's helpful. So glad I remembered that. And that goes right into my available resources again because it wasn't during the action phase. So I do have that available right away. Production phase, I'm getting a wood and a food. So now I have one of the 3 woods I'm going to need for round 8. Man. I think I need to build... I'm so worried about my roof level right now, but the problem is I need to do 2 more regular explorers, 1 special explorer, and I need to do all that by the end of the next round, and somehow have 3 wood left over, and not lose any wood to clouds. I'm going to discard candles to get a brown pawn. I'm going to apply me and the brown pawn, one of my pawns, one of the soldier's pawns, and the brown pawn here, and assign a fur. That's going to guarantee a roof level 1, and again, since I'm using fur, I can ignore the +1 wood token. The other problem we have right now is we don't even have the third. We don't even have the third totem out. So the special explorer is going to be an issue. And the I have so many problems. Come to me with solutions. I have none. Because the other problem we have right now is even to roll, not even to guarantee, to roll on this tile, I need 3 pawns. Wow. This is a mess. The only thing I can do, if I'm looking at pawn efficiency right now, is but if that's not going away. If I do a special explore here, the reality is if that's the totem, and I'm going to need it to be the totem if I'm going to win this game. If that's the totem, then I'm going to actually need 5 pawns to guarantee it next turn, which is absurd. So what I really need to do is I need to explore here, hope it's a totem, and if it's not a totem, it's just game over, is the long and short of it. I can try to build another roof level. Which wouldn't be the worst idea. Alright, let's do this. So we're going to guarantee success with this explorer. It needs to be a totem or it's game over. And I'm going to try to build another roof level, which I can do. And I'm going to have to roll for that second one. But again, I'm going to have to re-roll it because I have the stupid ceremonial bull still on me. And lost 3 down. Oh yeah, I took that from Ralphie's. I remember the gorilla put me back to here because of the weapon level. I was trying to remember how I got that health back. Yeah, this isn't great. None of this is great, but we don't have much of an option here. So let me do this. I'm not worried about these. This is going to give me a damage next turn. The awful weather, I'm not going to do the windscreen because it would cost me a wood. Obviously, I don't want to do that. And by the time this gets put on the board, it's going to be round 8. So I don't care if a snow cloud goes in there in the weather phase in round 8. So we're building because we're going left to right. So I'm guaranteeing the first build using the candles and me, and this goes away, and now we have a roof level. Now I'm so worried about roof level because I can't afford to lose any more wood. Oh, that's the other thing. This has to be wood because that's being destroyed at the beginning of the next round. All right, my path of victory here is it's about 0.5%. So I'm rolling. I succeed. I take a damage, but because of the stupid ceremonial bowl, I have to roll this again, and I succeed again. Take that ceremonial bowl. All right, this goes here, and our roof level is now level 2, which is really strong. And then that fur goes away. So all my builds are done. We're now going to do this explore action. We got the map, we got the dog, we got Friday. Please have a totem and a wood. That's all I need. Totem and wood. Yes! All right. We have a totem and a wood. We're still alive, kids. It's not likely, but you're saying there's a chance. So we're going to. Oh, I haven't been keeping up with this. We actually no longer have access to mountain, and we still have access to grassland. So that was right. But I now can cover up the 2 hills up here. All right, we get 1 discovery token. That was a magical tile. Yeah, it's still, we still gotta work. Oh, and a fallen tree. Woo, some things coming together. All right, so we're gonna go to the end of the action phase. So future resources come down. I discard that. I get a wood, and then we're going to roll the weather die. It is a single cloud, I have now 2 clouds between the token and the die. I have a roof level of 2, so I can just discard that harmlessly. Who was worried? Not me. We're now going to go to the night phase. I have to move my camp because if I stay there, I'm going to get crushed. Oh, you know what's going to happen? That's fine. We're good. I have to move my camp. Now, when I move my camp, I lose half my roof rounded up, and I lose half my palisade rounded up. So this roof level actually going to go back to 1, but that was in case I rolled the double cloud. That I needed to do that because every wood matters for me right now. So I'm fine with that, and I have this token that I can ignore the effect of 1. Oh, did I already discard that? No, yeah, I have this. I have the large leaves that I can ignore the effect of 1 rain cloud. So we're actually okay with the weather die, presuming we don't keep rolling the stupid snow cloud. Night phase. I have shelter. We are going to discard. I'm going to eat a banana and then discard the other 70 bananas I have. There's 70. I counted. Trust me. All right, we're going to go to the next round. We've done 5 successful explorers. So we need to do 1 successful explorer, 1 special explorer, and we can actually still pull this off, but we're going to need to get a little lucky, or again, avoid getting unlucky. We go to round 7. Round 7, this tile flips. Oh, shoot. I need the special explorer up there. I need to explore up there. So maybe I don't move my camp there, although I don't get the wood now. Oh, garbage. This is such garbage. Let me count tokens here. So at the end of the round, I was here. I'm going to need 3 to roll here, and I'm going to need 3 to roll here. I don't have enough tokens. Yeah, I can't do it. Can't do it. Got excited for nothing because this special explorer, if I move my camp there, because I'm more than 1 away from my camp, it would actually take me 4 just to frickin' roll there, because it's 3 to guarantee, 4 to guarantee. No, it's 2 to roll, 3 to roll, 4 to roll, because those stack. No, math is hard. That's 2 to roll because of this, 3 to roll because of this, and then 1 more away is 4 to roll. This, because it needs an extra 1, it would be 3 to roll. So I would need 3 just to roll here. I need 3 just to roll there. I'd have to keep my camp there, which means I don't get that 3rd wood I need, which means that just no way. I just don't have the extra pawn, which is where the rope ladder comes in place. You can use the rope ladder for a special explorer, but the unfortunate thing is I just had to use so many pawns to hunt to get the furs I needed. So we'll play it out, but yeah, it's not going to matter. I might as well just go here. I'll get the I'll guarantee that. It's sad, and I can't explore here. Remember, because the lava is preventing me from exploring there. It's a totally inaccessible tile. So the combination, if I didn't have so many ash tokens, I would have 2 less on the board, and I could actually do it. I could go here, I could assign 3 here and 2 there and roll and just hope to get lucky. But again, when you're 5 out of 6 likely to win, it's not that bad. I couldn't put this ash token there. If you remember, I had a build. I wouldn't have had the actual the pawns to do that. So we'll do that final explorer action just to play it out. So that the beginning of round 7, this flips. This is now inaccessible. And we're going to get our event card. It is Ceremonial Bowl. Remove this from the character sheet. So that's off. And then we get our event card. It is a jaguar is rambling around the camp. We get a damage. That means we lose a morale. And this comes down. This comes down. Reduce your palisade 1 level. I can't, so we get another damage. We're going to go to morale phase. I'll take a heart. We're going to go to production phase. I'll take a food and a wood. And then we're going to go to planning phase. I'm going to assign 4 tokens here to guarantee success. One move I like, if you have the pawns and the time, you can actually have Friday do that last thing. Or if you actually have the rope ladder or whatever, because then if Friday dies, it's still a successful action. So, he just becomes a sacrificial thing. near the end there. Yeah, I don't have the pawns to roll. That's gross. All right, so we're gonna carry this out. I do have to pull a card because I'm resolving it. It's a shrine. Decide discard, or draw one mystery card and resolve only treasure, and then shuffle into the event deck. And then, so down in the valley, you spot a shrine in the woods, and if I put it in the event deck, and when it comes back out, I'll have to put the reroll in the build, gather, and explore stations, whatever. I'll take another treasure, why not? I'm going to just take the top two off, 1, 2. We're going to look and just resolve a treasure card. Now again, we're only resolving treasure, so this is different than the Special Explorer. All right, treat all snow. You can treat one snow cloud as a rain cloud. That would have been helpful earlier. I'm going to shuffle the non-treasures back in. And now, since we've actually resolved all the action itself, we're going to go to the effects. Again, the effects are the third totem, the hidden cave. Take a special explorer action to draw 4 mystery cards, resolve all types. Special rule, you need to assign 1 additional pawn, which we did. Ding, 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 ding. We're going to take and resolve 4 of these. The first one we get is a compass. That would have been really helpful earlier. We get another green pawn, but unfortunately a little bit too late. A treasure, oh, these go into future resources. This will also go into future resources. Old clothes, the compass, the treasure map. Confuse is a trap. I'm going to use the whip to ignore that. So that's the third card we've resolved. Again, because the old clothes came from the adventure card. And then this trap, we might not even survive the round 8. Take twice as, I think I still have, yes, I have this card to ignore strange disease. This card is brutal. You catch a strange disease and you all get sick. Take twice as many black discs as there are players and divide them amongst you like the players. And I believe that also includes Friday. And then during the night phase, each player gets as many, because mystery cards do affect Friday like they do other players. During the night phase, each player gets as many damage as he has discs. Alright, so I've discarded that discovery token to ignore that. So we had all the pieces in place, just, it wasn't able to all come together for us, unfortunately. So we have done that explore. We're going to go to the weather phase. I'm going to roll the die. It's 2 clouds. I have a roof level of 1. Remember, it was 2, but it went down to 1 when I moved. I'm going to discard the large leaves so we don't take any damage from the weather. Night phase, I'm going to move to the 8th, to the final spot on the board. We are going to eat our banana and we're good to go. We go to round 8, beginning of round 8. This flips. And this flips, so everything's inaccessible except for the tile. Except for the tile that we're on. I'm going to draw an event card. It's a book. We have to put 2 more ash tokens on the board. And it says put -1 in the explore action space, but that token's already there, so we ignore that. This comes down. Jaguar moves over. Awful weather moves over. We never did windscreen, so we put a snow tile in here. And then we go to morale phase. I'll take a health. We go to production phase. I'll take a food. And then we go to planning phase. And guess what? We cannot build the Jolly Roger or the Jolly Boat because we just haven't done the explore. It's according to the table, you must explore a certain number of tiles. Then you must build the Jolly Boat. Take the explore action on a certain number of totem tiles. So we did the explore action on 3 totem tiles. We have done 5 regular explorers. We need to do 6 in order to build the boat. So we have the rope. We actually have the wood, which is magical, but we just were a little bit short and just was not able to be as pawn efficient as I hoped. So that is that. That is the joys and the tribulations of Robinson Crusoe, scenario 4. I do like this scenario. I still feel like number 1 is probably my favorite, and then Jenny Needs Help. I like this scenario is a little bit. It's a little bit too tightly wound for me at times, but I do like all the movement, and I like the feeling of urgency, and I like needed to get out. And you're moving around that volcano. I think it really. This scenario for me was where a lot of the rules and the purpose of a lot of the rules kind of started to make more sense in my brain when you see certain dynamics, certain mechanics that are built into the fabric of this game and just how rich it can be. So unfortunately, we did not get off the island. We will be back with scenario 5 at some point in the future when we lick our wounds and heal from being singed to death by a volcano. But I'll be back in a couple weeks with another live playthrough. Check out on Sunday. I have a playthrough of Goldix. So going back to Maze Night on Sunday night at 9 o'clock Eastern. So check out for that. In the upcoming weeks, I'll have more Spirit Island, and I'm probably going to put This War of Mine on the channel as well. So thanks everyone for joining me. Any questions, just put them in the comments. I'll respond as they come in. And always happy to be here, and always a pleasure to put these on the site. So again, thanks again for joining me, and I'll catch you next time. In the meantime, happy gaming. Take care.